Hello. Good morning. Today the project is we're cleaning out the tower shed. Now, this is one of the Rachel landmarks out here. This building has been here since God knows how long. As you can see, it's a viewing platform and it's a shed, and they painted the door, Groom Lake Control Tower. It's a pretty cool building. It's got all these old artifacts all over it. This stuff here is window parts and fenders and other pieces from a V8 Ford, I believe, right? Or maybe I think that's a V8 Ford, and I know this window and that window and the windscreens. And then over here on this side, it's got parts for an old Dodge Brothers touring car. She's got the two doors and one of the hood flaps. He says right on it, Dodge Brothers. I think this is part of it. And then there's an inner fender thing. That right there is the wheel for a steam engine. This is a piece of a landing gear off one of the jets that crashed around here sometime in the distant past. And all this stuff is junk and metal that I've just been throwing out. These racks were in it. That little desk here, I just pulled this big wood, just cool ass bench out. Right, all this other stuff. Right, it's a really cool building. And then upstairs there's a viewing platform. Where they used to hang out, and some of the locals have told me many stories of this building. Sitting up there watching the jets back in the day, and saying, getting high, drinking, having fun. They got the little walk the plank thing. This is probably where the stairway was that went up at one point. And the building is in really good, solid construction. This building is in good repair. They just want to remove it. I don't know why, but unfortunately, it's scheduled to be destroyed. That's why I'm making this video. Seeing this here on the sign, it says air traffic. And then check it out, this is the funniest part of the whole deal. Oops, let me get the book out of the way. On the outside of the door, it says the Groom Lake Yacht Club. And then, look, it's got mounts. Somebody drew in with pencils mounting a little spaceship. It's crazy. Let's look inside. As you can see, it's, kangaroo rat infested, there's poop everywhere. But it is a really solid construction. There was overhead fluorescent light here. Dude knew his business. There's only one switch for this overhead light. And then everything else, all the other wiring goes to all the plugs. Because this was his workshop. This was a rock shop. You know what I'm saying? There was a wet saw here and some other stuff on the table. Right? But look, it's all bolted together. You know what I'm saying? Solid, This plywood, this ain't, this was a piece that added on and when the wind ripped this chunk off. But yeah, and then upstairs is the deck. I'll make another part of this video when I get up there. Right, but just look. And there are some interesting artifacts. This little two-handed old tree saw, look at that. Now, yeah, granted, we're in Nevada in the high desert, you know what I'm saying? But there are forests here. And this thing is like, pointy, sharp. Oh yeah, this thing will cut through a tree in no time. Right? But I just wanted to, let you guys see pieces of the history of this little valley. You know what I'm saying? Besides, the aliens and all that other stuff. And then there's another part of the Ford car, I think. There's some cool shit up there too. There's some couple of old bottles and some deer antlers, hangman's noose with a roll, up on the roll so you can roll stuff up and down. There's even a little bird nest. Yeah, I'll make another part when I get up there because I have to go up there. So just hang in there, guys. Thank you. Good morning. I can see this is what I found up here at the top of the tower shed. There's a couple of wooden chairs. This poster's really cool. What it is let's see if I can get it away from the light. We can see some of it. It says at the bottom that it's the aggressors of the ages, and it's all these different kinds of jets. It's one of them lithograph prints, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry the lighting's really terrible for it. It's covered with a piece of plexiglass on a painted white piece of particle board. There's another chair, there's a box with a flag and all that stuff. Look, they even have power and lights up here, right? Sprayer for the summertime, camo netting. It's really still in solid, pretty good repair. It's a little wobbly up here, but that's the dangerous part of it. But you can see why they came up here and sat. Look at all the different jets, F-22, F-16, F-22. That one over there is a MiG. Got bells. Look at this old lamp right here. A couple of old bottles. Old Forester. What does this say? Something off for bids. That's an old whiskey bottle. They had a bench and a viewing stand. There's the radiator for the V8 board, the rest of the parts. And this thing is wobbly as I'm standing. There's an old bomb. But you can see, this is what they did. They sat here and they smoked and they drank and they partied and they watched the jets flying by. Because you can see everywhere in the valley from here. Everywhere, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? There's my little house right there. Right? And that's what they did. They had grind up time. There's an old trap. Well, the news, the hangman's, it seems like the hangman's news is just a joke. They used to use it to roll shit up and down with. It's just a joke. All right. The gentleman that built this used to be on his property somewhere over there. And he was the guy that built the platform up there where we went yesterday. All right. He died and they bought the stuff and they had it hauled over here. My understanding is they had this building brought over here to the property, right, set it up here. And dude, right, but he was a jet fighter. He was a jet fighter pilot, right? Figure out how we got there, right? Come see us. It's me, Brian. Unfortunately, we are removing a piece of, history from Area 51. Thank you.